Beautiful. So, Nicole, let's talk about your discoveries.
Well, I did have a little video I wanted to share, but I don't know if we can do it or not.
I'm not entirely sure if it's here, Nicole. I'm going to be honest with you.
Essentially, I can play it and narrate it for you.
Why don't you do that? I love it.
Yeah, 1,000%. Full screen her. Let's do this.
Okay, we can try.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're trying something we haven't tried here before on NFC South Takeover. Bear with us right now.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be great. And it's to do with the NFL. So what could I say more, you know? So this movie popped up on my little news feed here, and I clicked on it. Oh, I'm going to mute it. Okay, there we go. There's an ad playing. So it's the man behind the custom thigh pads. And you might be thinking about this being like, what do you mean custom thigh pads? But yeah, so there's this family there that created this company for the custom made thigh pads that go on their protection underneath their uniform. And I don't know if you guys have any players, but if you can kind of sometimes see replays, you'll see that they actually have customized thigh pads that kind of shine through their jersey. He's pulling it and showing it. There's the mark there. And it's a local family that has made this. And at first it started at college and someone wanting it, and they did it for like special. Oh, there's the Joker. There's this guy. Yeah. Saquon Barkley, the Giants running back now. He is one of the guy that's saying he had customized. And then he went into the NFL, and then all of a sudden, all these guys from college went in and wanted these guys that were already now in the NFL because they got such a good reputation. So that's what I learned from my discovery this week is the customized thigh pads and this family that ends up making them for people.
I love it. I do love it. I wish we would have had the video, but obviously, I'm sorry, Nicole. Things went a little bit weird today, but maybe we'll show it next week. But
if you want to Google it, you can.
Or
it's the man behind the custom thigh pads.
What Nicole will do is post it to the Let's Talk Football Facebook page so that everybody watching will be able to see it.
I like that. That's a great idea, Nicole. Foobs, what's your discoveries this week?
I discovered. I was gonna be savage. Be like, I discovered I still hate every other team in the NFC stuff. I actually had this written down on my phone. I had actually discovered that there's a family resemblance between the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons and the owner, I think it was, or something like that. Of the Falcons, or of FedEx.
Yeah, no. So Arthur Smith's dad is an owner of FedEx.
That's what it is. Yes, that's what it is. So the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, his father is the owner of FedEx, and I discovered that in looking at other stuff for mock draft purposes and stuff like that. That Arthur Smith for a little bit by teams when he was doing his I want to be a head coach, someone hire me kind of thing. There was a couple of teams that when they did his interviews were kind of like the whole Josh Rosen thing where it's is he in this for the love of football or is he in this for the want of money? Because he already has money and he's just going to add to his wealth kind of thing. So is it just for him to get a quick payday kind of thing and leave, or is this for this? So I've kind of discovered that there was that, and I've actually discovered that there's a lot more players that actually would play for Arthur Smith than is out there. If a bunch of players in the NFL could literally anonymously write down like the top 32 coaches in order that they would play for and stuff like that, Arthur Smith would be in the top 10, like 1,000% from what I have understood.
I gotta say, yeah, it's pretty crazy actually to think about that the Atlanta Falcons, they actually do have quite a bit of money. It's pretty surprising between like the owner Arthur Blank and the head coach Arthur Smith. They both are loaded with money. Loaded.
Blank check is what they call them.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually insane to think about. That's the one thing that I can say about the Atlanta Falcons too, actually, is, the one thing that I can confidently say is I don't think coaching is the problem. I don't think Arthur Smith is even close to being on the hot seat. And honestly, he's going to be around for a little bit, and it's kind of good to see because he is transforming the team the way that I would like to see it kind of transform, where hopefully we are a good passing and rushing team. So,
he has a great offensive scheme.
And apparently Blank owns Home Depot, potentially.
That's.
So it's not just a blank check.
No.
No, he's making the blank checks with the supplies from Home Depot. That's what he's doing.
Like you can't just buy an NFL team in Atlanta.
No.
Blank check. Write the numbers on this blank.
You let me know how much you want for it, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. My discovery was that kickers used to kick without any shoes on for the longest time in the NFL, and I had no idea about that. So
that's awesome.
This was a big thing in the 1980s, and some teams that were really famous for it actually were like the Eagles, the Broncos, the Steelers. They were actually really known for that. And one of the most famous ones was actually Tony Franklin, who played for the New England Patriots. And he actually made, which is insane to think about, barefooted 59-yard field goal, which is crazy to think about. And you know what? It wasn't even like a rule that was changed to kind of defer them from doing that. The only reason why they stopped kicking barefoot is because the NFL was starting to blow up at this point, and it became like a big money grab. So essentially what ended up happening is like places like Sport Check and Nike and all these companies that produce footwear started making like shoes specifically only for kickers, which is the only reason why it stopped.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the only reason. There was never like an official rule as to why it stopped. So that's my discoveries. I thought that was pretty cool to think about. And, it kind of like made me want to go back and just watch some of these kicks that were absolutely insane.
Because when you brought it up, so me, like a couple years ago, go down the rabbit hole when you start watching like highlights and stuff like that. They showed the Pittsburgh Steelers, shout out to Sid there, down in the 70s and stuff like that. And it was a cold game. And Buddy Guy hit tape and then another sock and then tape and then another sock. And you just see like this, it looks like a padded fist just kick this ball in like the worst quality of film ever, because 1970s. But it was so cool. I'm like, that's not a shoe. That's not a shoe. And that's how I've known that for a little bit, but I literally forgot about that until you reminded me.
I literally never knew that. I literally never knew it.
Things
hippie
ever.
feet.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna have to go check that out more.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.